Today we're talking about the Supreme Court and the 9 justices who make final calls on everything from your healthcare to your privacy. Let's break down the important Supreme Court decisions that were handed down Friday and what you need to know about them. First up, a case about nationwide injunctions when a single judge can block a federal policy across the entire country. The Supreme Court just made it harder for lower courts to do that. Now, if a court in California blocks a policy, it might still go into effect in Texas or Florida until every circuit weighs in. This means your rights could depend on where you live, creating a patchwork of rules and confusion. The court didn't decide on birthright citizenship itself, but handed the executive branch a tool to let controversial policies roll out while legal battles drag on. The result? More chaos, less protection, and a lot of uncertainty for millions. It's a win for disruption, not for clarity or fairness. The government can now implement policies that may be unconstitutional, causing harm before courts can fully weigh in. Welcome to the new normal where legal whiplash is just part of the system. South Carolina blocked Medicaid funds from going to Planned Parenthood, even though federal law already bans using that money for abortions. The Supreme Court let the state's move stand, signaling that states can defund providers for political reasons, not just legal ones. This opens the door for other states to cut off healthcare access for low-income patients, especially in rural areas. It's not about saving money, it's about making a statement, and the people hurt most are those who need care the most. The decision gives states more power to impose their own moral views on federal healthcare programs. For many, it means fewer options and more barriers to essential medical services. In Maryland, parents sued to opt their kids out of storybooks with LGBTQ+ characters, claiming it violated their religious rights. The Supreme Court signaled support for the parents, telling lower courts to reconsider their request. If this trend continues, public schools could face a flood of opt-outs, turning education into a patchwork of personal beliefs. It challenges the idea of a shared secular education and could chill any discussion of diversity or inclusion. Teachers may have to tiptoe around topics, fearing backlash for anything deemed controversial. This isn't just about books, it's about whether schools can teach tolerance at all. The ruling moves us closer to letting personal beliefs dictate public education. The Supreme Court is weighing cases that could weaken the FCC and other federal agencies by challenging how they're funded and how much power they have. Conservative groups want to limit these agencies, arguing they operate with too little oversight. If the court sides with them, it could gut protections like net neutrality and consumer rights, making it easier for big companies to set the rules. Groups like Consumers Research are pushing to cut off agency funding, threatening the government's ability to regulate powerful industries. This isn't just about the FCC. It could impact everything from financial protections to the Federal Reserve. It's a stealthy way to dismantle the administrative state. A boring-sounding case, but the stakes couldn't be higher for your digital life and your wallet. Other decisions of note. Kennedy v. Braidwood Management could let businesses use religion to sidestep anti-discrimination laws, threatening LGBTQ+ rights at work. If the court sides with the business, employers could fire people for being gay or transgender, citing religious beliefs. Another case, Free Speech Coalition v. Paxton, challenges Texas's law requiring age verification for adult websites. Critics say it's a privacy risk and could chill free speech online. The court's decision could reshape how we access information and protect our privacy on the internet. These cases may sound technical, but they could change your rights at work and online. The Supreme Court is quietly rewriting the rules of daily life. 9 justices are making decisions that touch every part of your life, from healthcare to free speech. These aren't just legal theories, they're real changes that affect millions, often benefiting only certain sectors of the general public. Staying informed is the first step to holding our institutions accountable. We'll keep breaking down these rulings so you know what's at stake. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned to the Daily Surge, because your rights are being decided whether you're watching or not.